The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of RMCOnAir.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
'Cause honestly, for the same people, life can be so real. I'm amazed by all your strength, I am.
What's up? Just Sports with Sonny Wells. We're back here. We're back. To my left, co-host, Mr. Smitty and Mr. Pierre Daniels. So now, I'm going right back to where we were. Now, you got game, Chris? What's up? Huh? Talking about a mixtape and all that? I want to see that. Let's see if you got any skills.
You two guard or small forward?
We'll end the show with it.
In the show. Oh, now he wants to end the show with his mixtape?
Tune into the end.
Oh, check him out.
Better yet, fellas, he can show you in person. So whenever you're ready to see him in live action, he'll put it down.
This guy, what's the best part of your game, Chris?
Attacking the basket.
Attacking the basket. How tall are you, Chris?
Handle. 6'1".
6'1".
And 3 and 7/8.
6'1" and 7/8. Now, where'd you play high school basketball?
In the valley.
In the Valley? What's the name of the school?
Northridge Academy.
Northridge Academy. Okay. Did you start?
I only played for 1 year though.
You played for 1 year. What happened?
Got bad knees.
You got bad. Is that weak knees or bad knees? Which one is it?
How did you get bad knees at 20?
Yeah, how'd you get bad
18.
knees? 18, 17.
Yeah.
We didn't have all these gyms to play in, so I was outside.
I played outside
On the blacktop.
on the blacktop in New Jersey
Y'all were different breeds than us.
in the hot sun. That's why I ain't got no knees now. Yeah, that's right. Chime in, Chris. Get on in here with us.
All right.
That's better. That's better. That's what I'm talking about.
Excuse me, fellas, also wanted to give a shout out to Sun Lady, as usual.
Yes.
Sun lady.
Son lady.
You know? Right,
That's it. She made the shirts, right?
right.
Yes. Thank you, Sun lady. And I messed
She
around.
wants to make some more, too, so just let you guys know when you're ready.
Yeah, I messed around and didn't even bring. I walked out, didn't even think about it because you guys both had yours on last week. I'm like, man, I ain't got my shirt on. Yeah, we got to give Sun Lady her props. Okay, so let's start off with, what do you want to start with, basketball or football? Which one?
What do you have queued up there?
Dr. Chris?
Mock draft.
Mock draft. Let's check out this draft.
NFL we're talking about.
Yeah, NFL draft.
Yes.
That's next Thursday.
Right.
We'll definitely be taking a look at that.
I'm just good with Jameson going number 1 to Tampa Bay.
You know what? That's probably the case.
Yeah.
You know, they're throwing this smoke screen up there.
Right,
saying
right, yeah.
The rest of the other players,
Yeah.
there's no guarantee this, that, and the other, talking about us off the field situations. However,
Right.
you know, if my money's on Mr. Winston. You know, he will be the number 1 pick in the draft.
Where do you see the USC defensive end?
I think he's probably going to the Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to the Raiders. That's my guess. Now, he's probably a franchise player.
Very much so.
Yeah. He looks like, you know.
What's his last name? Williams, is it?
Oh man, I mean, again, like I say, he's probably, he looks like if he plays his cards right, I mean, he could be a first ballot Hall of Famer if he plays like he's projected to play, you know. And again, if Tampa Bay, if they don't go with Winston, then they might go with Williams, even over Mariota, even over quarterback from Oregon, anyone else. You know, some people even said they should go with him as number 1 pick in the draft.
And then on running backs, they got Curley, the one that stood out in the playoffs.
You're the guy with the toe problem. What's his name?
He was on ESPN this morning.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you look at the guys that they have coming out. I think that probably the best. I think this draft, looking at years past, this draft is probably going to be one of the best drafts in recent memory of players who are actually going to live up to their expectations.
So come in and make an impact, immediate impact.
Even if it's not an immediate impact, I think they will make an impact. Meaning that I think they're definitely going to produce or definitely have some decent production in the NFL. A lot of those players are bust.
I got a question. Of course I know about the basketball, but I don't know about the football. From college to pros, the gap in terms of the jump there, physicality and mentality, all of that. How big is that? Historian, I know you know about that. Is that a huge jump for them, or is that do they have to wait a couple of years? Because like in baseball, they take you and put you in the farm league till you're ready to go. Mm-hmm. Now, how much of a gap is that between the college and the pro?
Well, for the NFL, they want you out of high school for at least 3 years. So minimum of 3 years they want you out, so you give your body a chance to develop and mature, and really for the rigors of the NFL. It's obviously very, very difficult to do. However, you have players who make it from small schools.
Yeah.
You have players who make it from like the Ivy League schools.
Mm-hmm.
You have players who make it from schools, like I say, you never even heard of. Obviously, we know about the big time schools like the USC's and the Alabamas and those. But I would say, they have 7 rounds, and then from there, everyone else is pretty much like a free agent.
And generally speaking, at the quarterbacks, your top quarterbacks, they're ready to play, some of them. Mm-hmm. But a lot of them, they put them on the team, but they're not in starting positions. Right. They need to get some more experience behind the belt in terms of learning the NFL game.
No question. And on top of that, depending on the situation, depending on the team.
Yes.
Not only the
team's
they
need.
go to, right, exactly, the team's need.
Yeah.
The system that they run.
Right.
Like they're talking about Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
He's still running that college system where you
Right.
heard that he even
Tebow.
Tebow, right. Tebow's back in the league right now.
Okay.
Got a 1-year contract.
Well, it's 1 year.
Subject to him.
Subject to him making the team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dang.
Which they have 4 quarterbacks now.
Oh boy.
Right, 4 quarterbacks. So, but that's, if there's any system in the league that will be conducive for
That's the one
Tebow,
for him.
that's the one.
Because the coach runs a lot.
Right.
Diagonally and
straight
straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah. He loves the way Tebow runs the offense and his leadership qualities. Even though he doesn't have a strong arm, he's improved that. And for him just to make the team, but you know how quarterbacks go down in the league. Even though you have a star opening weekend, that by week 3 they might be down to the third stringer.
But the comment that I hear from college players going into the pros, they say that the pros are bigger and faster than they imagine.
Oh, okay.
That's what I always hear the comments of rookies going into the NFL. True. That the pros are bigger and faster. But you have plenty of running backs and receivers and linemen too that go in and they start.
Yeah, exactly.
The top ones.
And depending on which team they go
right.
to, depending on the system.
Right.
Yeah, depending on the depth chart of the particular teams.
Right.
That they go to, and again how important that particular player is. Like, for example, if you're going to a team like the Raiders, they have so many
needs.
Different needs. Yeah. Right. So you put them in a situation like that, sometimes they can thwart their progress, their growth.
Right.
Because you throw them in there too fast.
That's what happened to Russell, really.
Oh, I think that's definitely what happened to Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
No question about it. No question. But he was the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
They're like not just the number 1 pick of the entire draft.
And generally speaking, when a number 1 pick is on a team, the public wants to see that player play. I mean, that was the case with Cleveland last year.
Sure, with Johnny Manziel. Right.
Yeah.
And we see what he's going through.
Hey, Manziel got drug problems.
Yeah, he turned himself in. They say he's doing fairly well now. In fact, he's out now, and he's going to start practicing with the team.
Well, you're right about that. However, you mean to tell me the team knew about it. If we knew about it, the team knew about it. They were taking a chance that maybe they could go ahead and turn him around, or maybe once he got to the pros,
right,
his lifestyle would change. He'd be really professional about it. And we see that a lot of those habits die hard.
Yes.
And just because you move to another level, and it enables you to even do more of what you were doing before, a la baseball player and Josh Hamilton.
Yeah.
I could go on.
I was kind of surprised. I'm like, okay, first we see Manziel, he's hanging out and he's partying and stuff.
Right.
And I'm thinking, okay, this young guy, he can do that. But then, later on, I got a drug problem.
Right.
But that didn't really manifest itself until the end of the season.
Well, yeah, but
in terms of conversation about it.
Well, I heard that he was struggling with it throughout.
All along?
Yeah, all along. And the Browns were desperately trying to hold on to the fact that they didn't want to look so bad that they made an outright major mistake. Now you're talking about your franchise player. Your future organization, not someone who's on the tail end of his career, someone that you're looking forward to for another 5-10 years maybe to actually turn that organization around. And now you're pretty much going to have to give up on them.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. That
all.
lose his job from head coaching on down. General managers on down. You know?
Who picked this guy?
Coach gone, head coach, the general manager gone, cleaning house, And in Cleveland, they have a strong fan base, so they'll support them. But in terms of the organization really taking off where they need to, that'll push them back another couple of years.
Is that UCLA quarterback coming out, or is he staying another season?
Oh, no, he's coming out. He's
that's
coming
what
out.
I thought,
Yeah, Brett Hundley. He's nice. I mean, he's nice, but I think he needs to go to a team we can sit behind and actually maybe
learn
develop for a year or two.
Yeah.
Or maybe some team like the Cowboys. I'm just saying, this is an organization, I'm not a Romo fan, but it would be nice to see him sit behind an established quarterback to learn the system for a year or so, and then from there, give him a legitimate chance to really sustain his productivity when he gets out there.
Speaking of Romo, the coach for Dallas was sitting on the bench with the Dallas Mavericks. And of course, Houston took care of business, so he didn't bring any success for the team being in his presence being there.
That would seem kind of strange. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's sitting right there next to the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, he was on Houston Rockets side. Yeah,
exactly. Right.
Well, that moves us right into the playoffs, the NBA playoffs, and we've got a few clips here. What's the first one, Chris?
Stephen Curry interview.
The Steph Curry interview, man. This cat, before you play it, this dude is phenomenal. Now, he got stopped one night, and then the other boy took over.
Yeah.
The other part of the tandem.
Splash Brother, you talking about
Thompson? Man. And
Klay Thompson.
Klay took over. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
He drove to the basket, dunked on somebody. He hit the big shots when they were there, and he was open.
Right.
And Curry couldn't do nothing.
Right.
I forgot who was guarding him, but, man, he was on him. He couldn't do anything. But was that last night?
Right.
And you know what I like? The one part that's going to be in here, he takes a shot, he misses it. His teammate gets the rebound.
Right.
And he, says he repositions himself in the corner.
Right.
Gets it over there and lets it go, and they all over him, and he still hits it.
Yeah.
Play that clip,
You know
man.
What? I think that probably should have been a 4-point opportunity.
Yeah.
It certainly looked like he was fouled in the corner. And not only that, his teammate grabbed the rebound, tossed it to him, and gave him an excellent screen.
Yeah.
All in one motion.
Excellent illegal screen.
Illegal screen.
That should have been a penalty.
You're right about that.
Foul.
You're right about that. However,
when
when he took the shot and he hit it, I think it definitely should have had an opportunity for a 4-point play. It certainly looked like he was fouled on that shot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, run that.
Round
Here we
playoff
go.
series. Take a listen.
We had to just find a way to get stops. And then with our stops, we were able to get in transition. We missed a lot of shots tonight that we usually make. And to overcome that and still get an opportunity with 30 seconds left within striking distance to make a couple shots and get the overtime was a big deal. And we finished it off, which is huge on the road. Just execute the play that Coach drew up and stay composed. I think I missed a shot. We just kept fighting. Mo Space gets a huge rebound. I relocate to the corner, and thankfully enough time to get it off. It goes in. And, we get all the momentum back on our side, and then the task is just to finish out that last 5 minutes. And man, just proud of everybody in our locker room, coaches, players, to get this big win for us, and hopefully we can finish it out on Saturday.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Finish it out on Saturday.
Yeah.
Man, you got to love that guy. And you got to love his teammates. Give it right back to him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do it again, man. We know you can hit it. Do it again.
That shows a lot of confidence.
Oh, man.
Now, he went 10 for 29, so he missed almost 20 shots. However, when they needed him to hit those shots the most, he did. But I would say probably the best player in the series so far, in my opinion, is the Unibrow. I mean, the Unibrow's been playing excellent ball. If he can just develop a skyhook Maybe Kareem could teach him if he wants Kareem's better. Maybe he could teach
You know,
Brown to shoot that sky hook. He would really be unstoppable. They really can't stop him now. He has skills like a guard in terms of you can tell how comfortable he is handling the ball.
Technically,
Cross-eye shot.
if I recall, he missed a key free throw
Oh yeah,
in the regular game. So he could have avoided the overtime if he had. I think he missed a layup too. He was right there under the basket.
Yeah, but I thought it was fouled on the lamp and they didn't call it. But that's all
yeah,
part
but the
of
superstars get the job done.
right there. No
yeah,
question.
yeah.
No
And
excuses. No excuses.
so he's coming along, but
Right.
he didn't deliver on that superstar level
Not yet.
when
Right.
he needed to.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Remember, this is
on his playoff debut.
call me like it is.
yeah, it's his playoff debut, and I think he's doing well.
I go back to Magic on his playoff debut.
Oh.
He got it done.
He got it done.
Hey,
Got it
he's no
done.
Magic
Yeah.
Johnson.
No,
Yeah.
no. Right.
But I agree with you. He's a heck of a player, and he had a great game. But when it was crunch time and he needed to deliver,
Right.
yeah,
Like Curry hitting that corner shot.
right, exactly.
Man. Hey, we'll be right back right after these important messages.
What's your style? Curly? Straight? Wavy? Or maybe you like it natural? Introducing Secret Styling Hair Care Products by Smith Products Company, LLC. A complete line of hair moisturizers, shampoos, conditioners, and an assortment of other hair styling aids formulated for today's fashion-conscious consumer. Enhance your style. Get the secret.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
We're back, Just Sports with Sonny Wells, and during the break we were talking about basically, Pierre made a comment. He wanted to say a few things, and we were listening, and first thing that came up was Rondo. He just, man, walking up the court, not beating the 8-second count.
Yeah. Head wasn't in the game.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Was that intentionally, or he just totally was just out of it in terms of his mental
I don't know. I don't understand that mentality.
Yeah.
Dude, you're in the league.
Right.
Yeah.
You've been in the league. You've been on championship teams.
Yes.
How are you going to misrepresent yourself like that?
And not only that, cost himself. And remember, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. He's going to cost himself tens of millions of dollars.
Maybe not. But you know, that's supposed to be what's the name's boy?
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, that's supposed to be Kobe Bryant's boy.
Yeah. Right.
So
Maybe he'll play better with the Lakers, but certainly the way as a malcontent with the Mavericks, that's what most people are going to remember.
Right.
It goes down to the coach, though. He has a problem with the coach system.
Yeah, but didn't they know that before he signed on? You know, I mean, it seemed like they would have definitely discussed that from the very beginning.
Yeah. I think he was traded there. He didn't really want to go there.
Yeah, but didn't he? I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but certainly it seemed like once he was there, either you get him off the program or else.
Yeah, I read where his agent said, "Come playoff time, you'll see the real Rondo."
I know what you mean.
So that backfired on him.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about a lot of the players during the press conferences. I'm not saying they have to be like Marshawn Lynch. I'm not saying you have the public. The NBA is a global brand. You know how the players respond to the media and to the press. It makes a big difference on how people actually look at the NBA. And when you have players sitting up there like they hate to be interviewed, can't stand sitting there, like they just can't wait to get up out of there.
those are the losers, right?
A lot of times those are the winners too. And then you have coaches like Popovich and like staring the media down, like he's ready to jump out and beat someone down if they ask you, a question that he considers. I'm saying all that to me is totally unnecessary. They're actually, the image that they project out there is definitely marketable for the NBA, and that's only going to enhance, what people view that over the years. So I think the players need to definitely be a lot more cordial and media savvy, and I think it can only help the NBA's image over the years. What do you think about that?
Well, definitely, because, they're professionals, and they're supposed to be professionals in every facet.
And that's part of the game, that's part of it.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but now look at it like this. What if every day of your life you're forced to sit down for 15 minutes and justify your actions, be it good or bad?
Right.
How would you feel? You have to do it. It's mandatory. Pierre, when you get up in the morning, we got a 10 o'clock appointment for you before you get started, and you got to sit before the reporters and listen to some of their,
And not only that,
now, if I'm getting $20 million a year, and I know that, and I know that's part of my job duties, then from there, I'm going to do it and do it to the best of my ability.
Okay.
If I don't want to go along with that program, then I'm not going to take the money and I'm going to find.
See, we're not talking about the money. I'm just saying in your everyday life right now. Sonny, before he goes and open up his barbershop, you got to go do an interview. You have to. It's mandatory about life.
Well, that's part of your job duty.
I think you guys are missing the human factor too. So
that's my point.
Not only is it a 15-minute every day, but these guys are talking about them every day in the papers. They're reading the stuff that they're writing.
Bad mouthing them at times.
So
right.
So they really don't want to get in there and do that. Like, well, you just talked about me. You didn't want to interview me now.
Right.
And you remember, you guys all played how much each game meant to you. So if you lose a game or a close game, you don't really want to talk and be happy.
But that's part of playing the game. I mean, you have to be able to deal with the losses as well as the wins.
Okay, let me tell you about a loss. You're up at 28 at halftime in a championship game.
Right.
CIF championship for the rings.
Right.
And you lose in double overtime by 4.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a professional, and not as an amateur, but as a professional, making $1 or millions of dollars, you're a professional. That's your job.
Yes.
You're supposed to be coached. Yeah. They're supposed to teach you how to deal with the media.
Right.
That's part of your job duties.
But now, Pierre, I understand what you're saying. It's part of the arrangement, so you have to do it. But some of that discussion that that's talked about, but that's not talked about, but among the players, the slave mentality, and you're really the owners, and then you have to do what the system says do. And that's where the rebellion comes in, along with what Chris factored in. Some of these guys like Marshawn Lynch, he had a problem with the way they were talking about him, so he just played dumb on it. But what was the basketball player that what was his name that played for Detroit, and he would say,
Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace. What was his favorite statement?
Both teams play hard.
Yeah, both teams play hard. See, he didn't want to be a part of that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But I'm just saying that's part of. There's no way you can cut that out of your job description as a professional athlete.
Right.
Well, it's just like the Beast,
Yeah.
I'm all about that business, boss. I'm all about that business, boss.
And then he would say African to the black reporters there. What's up, African?
He really said African or something else?
He said African a couple of times, I think it was, yeah.
Oh.
But the point that back to what Pierre was saying though, I understand being professional. Sonny said being professional, you have to sit in there because of the contractual agreements and so forth. Yeah, I can understand it.
And on top of that, the image that you're projecting to the general public and the general population, the media, that's the way 99.9% of your fans are going to get a chance to, actually interact through the eyes of TV.
Did you see what happened to the general manager of Toronto?
No.
If you read, yeah. Did you, Chris? You tell the story then.
He just had the pep rally. He cursed again.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he did. Oh, wow.
What did he say?
And he was fine.
He said, I forgot.
The F word.
Oh, really?
You were talking about the baseball.
No, I'm talking about the general manager for Toronto.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and he was
Toronto
fine.
Raptors?
Yeah.
Wow.
he was fined X amount of dollars. So see, there's this disdain for the media and being forced to do things. That's all I'm saying. And it's this rebellion that takes place, and why.
I just think there's another way you could probably handle it, as opposed to handling it in that way. But switching gears right quick, what do you gentlemen think about the firing of Scotty Brooks from Oklahoma City?
Bye.
What?
See ya.
That's what Kevin Durant said.
Wait a minute. Kevin Durant didn't say
he had no problem with them firing. He agreed with the decision.
Yeah, get out. Bye.
Yeah.
Why?
They made a bad decision getting rid of the bearded one who's killing down there.
Oh, no question.
That was the start of it.
He acknowledged that, though. Scott.
I don't care if he acknowledged it. That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
This guy, that's a huge
but
mistake.
That was management. That wasn't him.
That was management. That was management.
That wasn't the coach. That was
he
Joe
had something
managers.
to do with that. Yeah. You know, he had something to do with that. The coach, was like, well, can you use this guy? Do you think you can use him? Should we trade him away and get something else? It's your decision too in this.
Well, you heard Scott Brooks' argument, though. He talked about loyalty, and he was disturbed that there was no loyalty within the organization. He said that's bad for business.
It is, but that's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the fact that, but you say you weren't loyal to. I mean, the man coached him for 7 years. I mean, he hasn't been back to the championship. He went to the championship, what was it, 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Was that long ago?
Yeah, it's been about that long.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's been downhill ever since. I understand he's had injuries. I understand the 2 top players. I understand this, that, and the other. But Westbrook just basically he's just running amok. Now, granted, he had a nice season by some accounts, but the same token, a lot of people say he's out of control. We have Kevin Durant. We know he has a major foot injury.
Yeah.
So that kind of hurt the team. But the same token, they saw the team digressing, the team going south. And they thought that with Kevin Durant coming up next year as a free agent, then he might have some say-so in who the head coach will be.
Well, that goes back to what Sonny was talking about the money.
Yeah,
they didn't want to spend the money on James Harden.
Yeah, they should have.
No question.
They should have. They shouldn't have broke that tandem up. Those 3 were big-time players.
Yeah.
Hey, let's move along because we're going to probably run over a little bit. But let's talk about next Saturday night. Now, my prediction is, and we can play this back next Friday night at the same time.
Okay.
I'm looking at it like, first of all, they've got the Olympic testing. So they're going to test after the fight. But if I'm Pacquiao, I'm taking something.
But if you take something, Sonny, and you get caught, let's say you get...
You know what? He can take something, and they're not going to say anything about it because it's too much money.
I see.
Why do you feel he needs to take something?
Because he can't whoop that brother behind. He can't. Oh, no. Remember all the fights that he was on before, and you can look at him physically. I saw some of those whole fights. I'm like, this cat is swole up nice.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like that right now.
No.
And I heard the type of drug that he was taking, the recovery time is real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets in trouble, the recovery time is boom, he's right back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why at the end of his fights, he would be stronger than his opponent. Now, this is what I think they're going to do. He's going to take something. He's going to whoop the brothers behind, but they're going to steal it from him and call it a draw.
Sticking with that, huh?
Kind of sticking with that.
Hollywood
now,
script,
the only
Hollywood
way, the only way that doesn't happen is the brother just knocks him out.
Yeah.
Just knocks him out.
But that's not Mayweather's MO to actually go after his opponents and literally knock him out.
He don't have a choice because the boy's coming after him.
Yeah. But I saw a couple of shots of him with Stephen A. Smith.
I saw that. Yeah,
and,
over the week.
At his home,
at the
showing the 10 cars and all that.
Right.
$1 billion worth of cars sitting in the garage.
Exactly. And the thing that really got to me more than anything was the utter disrespect that it seemed like he's giving to the great Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I heard about that also.
Some of the others.
That was not good.
Yeah, that just shows his lack of knowledge and lack of understanding of what they had to go through. He did give him credit for saying if it wasn't he wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But the same token, he really just diminished, the tremendous achievements that they had to go through and had to endure, throughout the years. Again, they took away Muhammad Ali for being a conscientious objector for his best years. You're talking about at his peak of his career.
I heard Pacquiao did 2,000 sit-ups in his morning training session.
Wow.
2,000 sit-ups. I can't imagine that.
He gonna need them. Every single one of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't need the drugs if he's working out like that, man. He's gonna be fit.
2,000 sit-ups. His stomach don't look like 2,000 sit-ups.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I mean, from what I hear, most of the smart money's on Mayweather. I hear that definitely the so-called boxing experts believe that Mayweather's probably going to win. Definitely not by knockout, but probably by a convincing decision. That's why I think that it was important that the referee that they have in there. But I heard that Pacquiao's going to make probably close to 120 million in the fight, and Mayweather's going to make in excess of 150 million for the fight. They're saying that the referee Bayless is only going to make 25,000.
That's cold.
That is cold.
That's cold.
25 grand for the fight. I'm like, wait a minute now.
It should at least be 50.
That's cold too.
But I don't trust none of them. I don't trust any of them. I really don't. I just don't trust them. There's too much money involved. They've got to make this go 2 times.
Well, if you go the route that Sonny's talking, though, you say he's getting 25,000. Yeah, but what about the money that the other boy's gonna pay him? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
And he's gonna control the decision. Falls back into Sonny's area there a little bit.
Yeah, I just don't. Ever since I had this interesting scenario at the Summer Pro League, I just never trusted professional sports anymore.
Really?
I was one of the prime announcers. I was doing the championship game. Daryl Garrison was up in the stands.
That's the referee, a long-time NBA referee.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, at that time, he was the head of the referees.
Okay.
And I noticed that they had these communicator packs, and I'm like, hey, they're going to really get this right,
Right.
As the public address announcer, you don't say anything until the referee reports.
Right.
So it was under 2 minutes. Everybody was denying their man, and the guard came down, shook his man, took him to the rack, laid it up. Good. Now, I saw the play, but once again, you still can't say anything until the referee reports. So the referee got this stupid look on his face. And then he do like this, and he walks over to the table and he says, no basket.
Wow.
Foul away from the ball. We're going the other way. It's tied up now.
Yeah.
And each time the ball goes through the basket, there's a whistle, it stops. The clock stops.
Right.
So I'm like, dang, I missed that? Okay, all right, I missed it. All right, let me sharpen myself up here. I'm not going to miss anything else. So they go down, nobody scores, come back, almost the same identical play, and the guy scores. And I'm ready to cue the mic, and way across it, no basket, no basket. Foul right here. I said, wasn't no foul over there. I said, they're teaching these guys how to cheat. I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I said, how long has this been going on?
Yeah.
Right.
So ever since then,
I definitely hear what you're saying. Let me ask you, gentlemen, what do you think about the great Pete Rose getting back into baseball? Speaking of cheating, and speaking of point spreads and gambling primarily, what do you think about him actually getting back into the game? Do you think he should be in the Hall of Fame?
yes.
And what's your opinion about that whole situation?
Well,
His performance. Go ahead.
exactly, his performance, Gambling didn't alter his performance. He did that. He deserves to be where he deserves to be. You see the little commercial they got out now? He's at his home.
Right.
He's like, dang, I can't even go in the hallway in my own crib. What's happening?
Right.
But no, he definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame. He contributed a lot to the sport, and he was great. So why not have him there?
Oh, okay, what do you think about that, Smitty?
Hold on. Chris wanted to say something. What do you say, Chris?
Let me get Smitty's opinion real quick.
I agree. They should let him in. And Barry Bonds' appeal was rejected, so he's clear now of the steroid case. So he should be let in also.
All right. What I was gonna say was, speaking of sore losers, this is the first time Pierre ever dodged a Clipper topic. He's sliding his Clippers in there. They down 2-1.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
but
you
now
got
if you
to
run
say?
that tape back, you will see that I mentioned that the Spurs would actually win the series, even
Yeah.
in the lower seed.
Oh,
I
did
said
you?
that last week.
Yeah, he
Don't
mentioned
take my word
Spurs.
for
I
it.
Is that
mentioned
what he was
Spurs.
looking for?
Yeah,
Run it
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Hey, I'm
Run
saying you beat the Lakers dead horse, so why don't you beat this Clippers dead horse?
But they're not. Hey, look, they're not dead yet. But
I saw it in Chris Paul's eyes today. He knows it's over.
Yeah, boy. Let's put
You
it
know
like
what
this.
I saw? I watched the game a little earlier when I was eating, and man, they just let the Spurs just beat them up.
Yeah.
Let's beat 'em up.
They was beating it. Poor boy, he was going to the rack. Man, they was whooping his behind, and they wasn't calling nothing. I was like, okay, I see what's happening here.
And Kawhi Leonard from San Diego State, you know,
Yeah.
he just went amok.
Yeah, he
you know, he just went amok. He gave the Defensive Player of the Year, but he's an excellent two-way player.
yeah.
The best in the game right now.
Did he deserve the MVP?
Defensive player?
defensive player?
No, I didn't
No.
give it to DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, I would've given
Yeah,
it to
he was
DeAndre
swatting.
Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan was swatting
And
everything.
crashing the boards, and Kawhi missed a lot of games this year too.
Yeah.
You know, I
That's what
definitely-
Chauncey Billups was saying. He got robbed.
I think so. I think so. But let me get back to the point that Jim was mentioning. The reason why I think that Pete Rose shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm glad that he's not there. I think they need to continue to keep him out, because when you're talking about gambling, when you're talking about possibly altering games, fixing games, or manipulating the outcome of games, be it as a manager, we know for a fact he was doing it as a manager, and he was probably doing it as a player, knowing Pete Rose. If you look at all of the evidence that they had against the man, you know, that goes all the way back to the early 1900s with Shoeless Joe Jackson, and you know, the Black Sox.
What do you
White
think
Sox.
them owners are
My
doing?
point- No, but the reason why it's, okay, hold on now. But
In Vegas.
We're talking about just Pete Rose.
But what about his performance on the field?
Okay,
Yeah.
on the field, but the reason why I think that it's crucial to keep in mind is because that hits the very core of the sport itself. It's into the very integrity of the sport, that you can manipulate the outcome.
Put an asterisk by his name then.
Yeah, but when you're doing that as a player,
Yeah.
and even as a manager, there's no question you cannot tell me that man did not bet against his team,
Right.
as well as, sure, on for his team,
Yes.
but against his team, no question.
Oh, big D's in the house. Come on, man. Come on in here.
You got business
He
to handle.
stepped
You
out.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get him to chime in. You know what?
Do you see where I mean? It can ruin the very sport
Principles.
It can't
Principles.
ruin it. I don't see that, Pierre. You can't ruin anything. All people do is gamble on sports. That's all they do.
Yeah, but when you're talking about a player who's actually, that's like you were going back to when you talking about the referee. You remember who was the referee who wrote the book and they tried to ostracize him from the game? He had to do time behind selling the tickets, and he was, you know, yeah, and they tried to make him out like, you know, they tried to cut him out like he was just like he was isolated the incident. But even you're going back to saying the same that you saw that
They're
that was-
all crooked.
Yeah.
Let me tell it, they're all crooked. Gambling in sports, now, if you have the inside track, that's how you win.
That's how you win, right? So,
Yeah, and you got to win.
yeah, but that hits at the very core of the sport in terms of actually that can cripple the sport at its knees.
Okay, let's take a
So-
look.
so maybe-
Whoa.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the Super Bowl.
Okay,
I'm not a football guy,
right.
but I know doggone well if you just had the beast run the ball down there, why are you going to throw it? You know what that was? A phone call.
Scott.
That was a phone call. Big DeWan's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, man. Sit down, grab a mic.
Yeah.
You got to give us the lowdown, man. We just seen you on pictures over there with Pacquiao, and we're going to stop what we're talking about, get you on, give us the rundown. We're running over because there ain't no more DeWan, what's the name
running over
show?
like a steamroll truck.
Yeah.
I'm just now leaving Jim Brown's house.
Okay, you've been hanging out up there. You close any deals?
Man, yeah, actually, he put me on the phone with some peoples.
Okay. So you gonna bring us back some T-shirts or something, or some lit up jackets or something. Give us something. We need to have some Just Sports with Sonny Wells jackets lit up so we can walk outside and all that kind of stuff.
You got it going on, man. This is what I hooked up last week on Monday.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this is a picture of Jim Brown and Manny Pacquiao. And I don't know if we can get this on the camera, can we?
There you go. There's Jim. Just make sure you get Jim and we're golden.
Yeah, we got to have your head cut off, but we know who you are.
Don't worry about me. It's about me putting these two together, man. As a matter of fact, let me see. I got another one. Hey, it's some nice shots, man, that they took, dude.
But you know what? That gambling, man, it's everywhere. That football play that I just Super Bowl, that was that was a phone call.
Right.
Okay, came down to the headsets. Do this. Call this play.
Right.
Vegas.
Let me put that up there.
Yeah, it's a Vegas call.
Come on, man. You know it's a Vegas call. I don't even know anything about football. I'm not even a football guru like you guys, and you can't. That's ridiculous.
But you know, we're talking about Pete Carroll. He's done things like that in the past. You know, I know it sounds crazy, but you know, that was a horrible call, no question about it. But
so he's on the take.
Yeah, but who thought he would have turned
Look,
down?
we got some money in the offshore account for you. You just got to go ahead and make this happen. All right, all right. Make sure it's an interception. Now we don't want.
Well,
sorry, you're gonna have to eat this one.
The NFL
we got
is
your daughter tied up in the basement.
$1 billion industry. Do you know that? And they settled with the NFL players for $1 billion.
Yeah, right. I heard
So they're not hurt at all giving up that $1 billion.
Yeah.
And they're projecting to do $25 million, I think it is, by the year 2025 or something like that.
They built
$25 billion.
Once they built the 1 or 2 stadiums here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to ask you about that.
So my point is, with that kind of money being handled, there's bound to be someone hedging it through improper means.
And it just calls to mind, Jim did that $42 million deal 2 years ago where players got their licensing for the images for the legends and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That was also a huge deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And deservingly so.
And speaking of Jim Brown, fellas, since Cleveland hasn't won a championship since 1964, do you think LeBron James is going to bring home the bacon now that we've seen?
He has a good chance to do it.
Too early to talk about that.
Let me put me on camera.
What do you think? You know, I don't know.
It's theirs to lose.
Cleveland might not get past Chicago.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be tough to get past Chicago.
But see, again, remember we talked about real champions?
Right.
LeBron's going to stand out.
Yeah.
Rose is a rookie compared to LeBron's.
Love hadn't even showed up yet. Love hadn't even showed up.
Yeah.
Love showed up last game.
And Kyrie Irving is a baller. So he's
Irving
hungry
is
too.
beast.
He's a monster. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Mm-hmm.
Time to wrap it up.
Is that what they're saying? Ain't nobody else coming in here with you? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, okay, so next week we will dedicate the show to the boxing. I hope you can be here. Yeah, we're going to get Manny on Skype?
He owes me that. Yeah, he owes me that. It got caught up because Jim came and stole the
spotlight.
I had to
okay.
hook that up.
So, yeah, we want to Skype in Manny Pacquiao next week, and we'll have everybody here and whoever else wants to come in.
If not, I will record him, and when I come back, we'll drop it in the show.
That'll work. That'll work, too. Yeah, we need next week we need more boxing fans in here.
There you go.
You know?
Well, me and my wife can come in. You know how we do.
Oh, what? You sound like OJ. No.
I need down. I need help.
Not really. Just kidding. Okay, this has been Just Sports with Sonny Wells. Thanks, fellas. Thanks for coming in, DeJuan, Smitty, Pierre, and, of course, our new member of the crew, Brother Chris, the engineer. Yeah, we're going to get you every week now.
Those highlight films next week.
What's your style? Curly? Straight? Wavy? Or maybe you like it natural? Introducing Secret Styling Hair Care Products by Smith Products Company, LLC. A complete line of hair moisturizers, shampoos, conditioners, and an assortment of other hair styling aids formulated for today's fashion-conscious consumer. Enhance your style. Get the secret.